Hi, my name's Kevin and I'm the Bad Back Gardener. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my winter storage of my plants here to help me get through the winter with some of my plants that I'm trying to save. It's now November and it's growing season outside is done, and we've had very cold weather, so nothing's growing. May have a little bit of cilantro left in the garden because it can survive a little bit of the frozen temperatures, but it's been pretty cold. I haven't even checked for a week or two to see if that has made it through, but everything else, peppers, tomatoes, everything's gone now out of the garden. So nothing, the flowers, everything around the house is dead and gone. Matter of fact, started decorating for Christmas, so it's that time of year. I like the holidays, but I hate the end of the growing season. It's always a little depressing to go into winter. Don't really like snow and winter and cold, but we'll have to deal with it here. But in order to get through the winter, I a lot of times will try various methods here to save my plants that I want to put outside again next spring, and trying to get them through the winter, some of my tropical plants and stuff. So I'll show you that. I got some new stuff going on to try and help with that. I'll show you that also, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is in my garage, and I have a lot of my Dracaenas. If that's, again, my pronunciation may not be exactly right, but this is where I've been able to overwinter my Dracaena pretty good. I've got some real tall ones here, as you can see, and you've seen in my other videos that have made it through the winter in the garage. They get enough light. It gets cold in here, but I try and keep it above freezing as much as I can. There's a few days during the winter time that I cannot do that. It's just, I will have to run heat in here just to try and keep it somewhere close to freezing. We get those days that are way below zero, and the garage struggles to. I've had nights in the low 20s in this garage, and they've seemed to survive. So they're a little bit protected. Apparently, it's enough to get them through. But I do try and keep it above 32 degrees in here. So every year I've added spikes to my planters, and so rather than throw them away, I've tried to keep them. So I'm starting to where I used to have 2 pots. Now I've got, I don't even know how many. I've got 6 maybe, or 7 of those that I'm trying to overwinter. So there's 4 right there, 5, 6. There may be another one in there. But that's where this is where I try and overwinter them, keep them watered every once in a while. I don't water them all that often. Maybe once a month during the winter time when they're in here. They don't need a whole lot of water. But that's what I do. And here you also see some of my leftover tomatoes from the garden here that I'm trying to get to ripen. Didn't really take the time to spread them out in newspapers and stuff like they say, but I'm getting a few here and there that are still ripening up. I got an old cilantro pot that's just in here to keep from freezing. And then I'm going to try and overwinter. Back here I have, there's an elephant plant back there, and my canna lily. I'm going to try and overwinter in here. I don't know that they're going to make it. It's probably just get too cold for them. I'm actually surprised they've made it as long as they have with the cold weather we've had. But there's a couple elephant ears back there and that. So we'll move on to the next area. Okay, this is one of the areas that I usually just do a couple palms. This year I've kind of tried to make it a tropical corner here. This is in my great room. I'm trying to get the palms overwintered here like I usually do, to keep them from going downhill too much during the winter time when they're not outside. This year I like my banana plants that I planted on the patio so well, I've moved them in along with my bird of paradise as well, and I'm hoping that this system here that I have going on with the windows and then the heat of the house will get through the winter time here. But what I've done this year is I ordered off the internet these couple grow lights, and I used to have the you'd see the blue and red lights. These have that light in them, that light spectrum in them. They've also got a few other light spectrums in them, and I really like them because they're more of a daylight color. They're almost a sunlight color, and they make the area around this much better. It feels like the sun's coming through the window more than there is a plant light on. But I really like them. I took and see if you can see here. I chained them and put them up on some brackets and hung them that way. These particular lights will hook together. You can either keep them separate, or there's a little union that you put in there that they hook together if you want one big light string, or you can break them into 4-foot pieces. Now I ordered them in a group of 4. The box came with 4 lights, and I'm going to set some elsewhere too. But this is they come with a little on-off switch, or you can put them on a timer, which I've done. And so I'm hoping to keep these plants through the season here, growing pretty good. They were starting to get out in the garage before I brought them in here. You can see some of the brown leaves and stuff. That's a result from being out in the garage. They seem to have rebounded pretty good here with the lights. So I'm hoping for good things out of this for the winter season this year. Now the other place I want to put one of those lights is in this corner here. I'm going to hang it up and do the same thing as I did in the great room there, and put some lights over this corner plants to help them. They get a lot of sun coming through the window during the afternoon, but I want to give them a little additional light to help them grow. And then the plant stand over here, I put one of the lights up here along with some of my other lights that I had on the plant stand. Some of these lights started out to be grow lights, but over the years I've just put gotten some new lights and just put some regular LED and some fluorescent in it. And I want to replace them here before Christmas, hopefully, with all of these grow lights that I showed you. These new grow lights, I'm going to order another pack of them, which should get me pretty well all of this stand to have the grow lights on them, which should help my production of my tomatoes and all that stuff that I plant during the winter. Right now I went down to Florida. You can see there's some palms. I'm waiting to come back up, hoping to get a few palms out of that group. They take a while to come up, so you have to be really patient. These up here are the palms that I've gathered the seeds on and have come up and passed here, and they're slowly coming up and growing. They're getting bigger and bigger, so hopefully we'll get some nice palms out of them as well. Okay, that's going to do it for this video here of how I'm hoping to overwinter my plants this year, my tropicals and stuff, to get them a head start for outside in the spring. Thanks for watching. Catch up with me on Facebook. You can also email me at bbgardner@zoominternet.net. And as always, if your back ain't hurting, you ain't working.